line a really important spot to fill there for the Eagles.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton graduated. He went to the Chargers. I mean, we're nitpicking here. They're so deep. Yeah. And look, to me, Gray Zabel, play tackle in North Dakota State. I think he has the ability to slide inside. I think he has that Eagle sort of toughness. I think he fits in well and may even be able to start as a rookie.
Yeah, when a guy plays at North Dakota State, the biggest question is always going to be how will it look against superior competition? He went down to the Senior Bowl in Mobile. He looked like the best player on the field. So how's that for a statement as far as whether he can hang with the big boys? He was borderline flawless in those one-on-one drills, which I get it. Those aren't a perfect facsimile of what it's like, but it's one of the closest to reality drills that we have during a week of practice at the Senior Bowl. My only objection with the pick is I think he might be long gone by 32. Too many teams that prioritize that zone running scheme on offense are going to find Gray Zabel as a hand and glove fit, ready to play right now. 5 years of college experience. Sign me up somewhere in the teens.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you're saying the Eagles are so deep, you have to go need at their spot. And if it's not guard replacing Mekhi Becton, then I look at the edge rusher, Brandon Graham, a guy that's been a staple for them. He decides to retire. You have Nolan Smith, you have Jelix Hunt on the outside. Bryce Huff didn't quite work out. You need some depth. Shamar Stewart to the world, whether he's gone or not. You have him gone a little bit earlier. But going edge or maybe defensive tackle replacing Milton Williams, to me, keeping that D-line as a strain.
Let's quickly go to the Commanders because I like what you did.
No, let's not go to the Commanders. Let's stick with the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles are in such a fascinating spot. It's always interesting when you win a Super Bowl and you do so with such key pieces that were drafted young and you have them on defense. And then offense, I mean, like, you obviously have your weapon, right? You got your run game locked. You got your wide receivers locked, right? You got your quarterback locked. Like, it's just so fascinating to see, like, what do they want to do? And the fact that they keep getting these great talented players in the draft year after year after year, it really kind of keeps this window open for them, because as some of the other older players age out, they have this pool of awesome high-level young players that also still got to develop and take on the culture, the experience, the leadership, the knowledge from some of the older guys. And so it really is this continuous passing of the torch. It's why the transition away from Jason Kelsey was really honestly so seamless, quite frankly. It just works so well. And again, when you're picking 32 overall, it is brutally impossible to know who's going to still be there for the Philadelphia Eagles. How badly do they want, one of these players here? And if they do, does Howie try to, move up? And, does he even have the ability to do so at this point? I just think it's, pretty hard, pretty unpredictable. We don't even know. People aren't even confident at this point who's going to be the number one overall pick, right? Who's going to be top 3. And now we're going to try to figure out who's going to be, available at number 32. If you guys have that confidence, please let me know, and let me know where you're getting it from, so I can kind of, get some of that from y'all, because it's just like, I really don't, like, it's hard to try to figure out, what it is. You can have an idea of obviously what position they're looking for, but again, I think it also depends on who's available and at what time. But I think obviously if you can kind of keep drafting, players to fill out that O-line, you save so much money, because then you don't have to go out and pay for them in free agency, and you're getting them at such this prime age to develop and work into this offense, into this team. And it's just, yeah, man, it just really becomes so seamless. And it's what the Eagles have done for quite a while right now, and it's obviously worked incredibly well for them. And I am curious to see if kind of, really when it comes down to it, I'm fascinated to see, right, what side of the ball do they pick at this point, offense or defense? Because they obviously lost players on both sides and at key positions, which is like, at this point, it feels like almost every position is key for the Philadelphia Eagles, because you can't really pick a single spot where you were kind of like, this didn't really matter because we were so good at blank. It was kind of just like, it felt like this Philadelphia Eagles team, just like every single player had their moment to step up and be that guy, to make a big play, to play an important role in winning. Names that the average person couldn't even remember, at the time. Whatever said play may have been at that moment. And so it's hard to just be like, oh yeah, they don't really need this or need that. And it's just, it's, I don't know. I'm definitely just gonna kind of sit back and wait to see what the Philadelphia Eagles do. I've been enjoying having a lot more conversations about just kind of the potential of what they can do. How great will they be able to continue moving forward? How do they keep this party going? And really, the name of the game for the Eagles will continue to be, at this point, because of their cash situation and all of that, is to just continue to just nail the draft. And if they nail the draft, honestly, for most teams, if you nail the draft, you're obviously going to be in a significantly better spot. But if the Eagles nail the draft, it's just like, well, then they're legitimate top Super Bowl contenders for the next, minimum 3 years. If they nail this draft, it's like, again, this continues to extend the Super Bowl window, where you're having these players still in their prime in terms of, Jalen, Saquon, AJ, Devontae, etc. Like, it's just, you're there then. You're still in the heart, and you're not forced to have to make hard decisions. You don't hit on the draft right now, next season or so, like you'll start to be forced to start to make some tough decisions where you're kind of like, we got to have to go out there and pay big money for another guy if we want one last hurrah at this, right? Saquon Barkley is going to be gone sooner than later. Lane Johnson's going to be gone sooner rather than later, right? Like, AJ Brown, is he still the same? I don't know, and you just kind of get back in the corner a little bit. You nail the draft, you're not back in the corner because you're just like, look, man, like, we're still set, we still don't have to pay this, and this. And when we do move on from this guy elevates, and boom, here we are. So the draft is just so crucial for the Philadelphia Eagles right now, which is why I'm honestly just really excited to see kind of what they do and how they handle it and how aggressive they're in a position to be. And not only are they in a position to be aggressive, but how much do they even need to, quite frankly. It's hard for me to see in this moment in time, personally. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles? Again, I don't even want to say like drafting him, like, because it's just kind of like, again, will he even be available? So I'm just curious your thoughts surrounding the Philadelphia Eagles, drafting perspective, which angle you'll think, which direction you think they'll take, how aggressive you think they'll be, if at all. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.